Okay, math geniuses, we are ready for test review. You have your module 3 test tomorrow. We finished all the lessons in module 3. So tomorrow for your math, you won't have a lesson. You'll just have an assignment to do the test. Let me tell you some things about the test. It covers a lot of different things. There's 20 questions on it, and it's multiple choice. And I have a paper copy of the test right here. So your test looks exactly like what I am going over with you today for our little lesson, except one thing. I changed all the numbers so you won't have the answers for your test. You'll have to do the math yourself. And so we're going to work through this today. Then you'll have some review problems. You're not going to have review problems today. Sorry, that's going to be on Monday. What I want you to do today is, as we go through this together, I want you to have a piece of paper and pencil out, and I want you to work through these with me to help you have examples for tomorrow's test. I don't care if you number it number 1 and work out the problem with me, and that way you know how to do number 1 tomorrow or know what you're supposed to do on number 1 tomorrow. That's fine, okay? So let's take a look at the first problem here. Now, I want to tell you that all these answers over here, they're the ones that are going to be on your test, but they're not going to work for the problems that we're working together because I changed the numbers. So the first one says, determine the perimeter. Now, perimeter is different from area, remember. Area, we'd multiply 89 times 52. But perimeter means we add the sides. We add the sides. And one thing you got to remember is that if this long side is 89, this long side is 89. If this short side is 52, then this short side is 52. And so to find the perimeter, we add all the sides together. It's been a while since we've done that. We were doing this around Halloween. That's how long it's been. But this was a long module. It had 38 lessons. So we've been doing this for 38 days. So let's add these together. I'm going to pick 2 numbers at a time. I'm going to do the 2 89s first. 89 plus 89 gives me 18. Carry my 1. 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 8 is 17. So these 2 sides I've got added. Let me add a 52 to that. 8 plus 2 is 10. Put my 0 down, carry my 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. Plus 5 is 13. Put my 3 down, carry my 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Then I've got to add this last 52. 0 plus 2 is 2. 3 plus 5 is 8. So the perimeter of this rectangle is 282. Just remember, on your first question on your test, to find the perimeter, you add all 4 sides, okay? Perimeter, you add the sides. Area, that's when you multiply. But for the perimeter, you add the sides. You're going to be given 2 of the sides. Don't just add those 2 together. You'll get the wrong answer. You'll get half the perimeter. You got to add this side and this side. You got to know they're going to be the same. This side and this side are going to be the same, and then add all 4 numbers together. Okay? So that's question number 1 on your test tomorrow. Question number 2. Remember, I've changed all the answers, so all the numbers, so these answers don't matter. A blanket is 6 feet wide. It's 3 times as long as it is wide. So it's 6 feet wide. If it's 3 times as long as it is wide, that means we've got to do 3 times 6 to find out how long it is. What's 3 times 6? It's 18. So it's 18 feet long, 6 feet wide. And then it says, what is the area? And the area is when we multiply. So that means we've got 18 times 6. So if we're going to draw that blanket, it's 6 feet wide and it's 18 feet long. So it's like the area model we've been working on in multiplication. 6 times 18. You could even break that 18 down into a 10 and an 8 if you want to. We'll just do it the standard algorithm way. 6 times 8 is 48. Put our 8 down, carrier 4. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 4 is 10. So the area of that rug would be 108 square feet. Blanket, rather, not a rug. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next one. Now, I want you to look very closely at number 3. It's saying 3,600 is what times 100? Or you can think about it this way. What times 100 would get me 3,600? Here's an easy way to think about this, guys. We moved over 2 places, right? If you multiply by 10, you move over 1 place. If you multiply by 100, you move over 2 places, or you've added 2 zeros to something. So what is 3,600? If we added 2 zeros to something to get that, then we'll just take off the 2 zeros to find out what it started with. And so the answer would be 36. You see, 36. If we multiplied times 100, 36, and we added those 2 zeros, it would be 3,600. So tomorrow, if you were multiplying by something by 100, take off the 2 zeros off the number and see what's left. Okay, 3,600. Just remember, if you multiply by 10, you're adding 1 zero to something. If you're multiplying by 100, you're adding 2 zeros to something. And you'll find it out easily tomorrow. There's 20 questions. We're going to go over every one of them. Number 4 says Mark worked for 5 hours a day for 40 days. How many hours did he work altogether? So for 40 days, he worked 5 hours. We've got to multiply. Every one of those 40 days, he worked 5 hours. So let's see how many hours he worked altogether. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 4 is 20. So altogether, he worked 200 hours. Remember, just reminding you, these are not going to be the answers because I've changed the numbers. On your test tomorrow, these will be the same answers. Every night, Janelle reads 30 pages. How many pages does she read in 20 nights? 30 pages times the 20 nights she reads. Well, this is one of those easy ones where we've got 2 zeros. So we can do 2 times 3 is 6, then add those 2 zeros. Okay. And that means how many pages does she read in 20 nights? She reads 600 pages in 20 nights because every night she reads 30 pages. Okay. Pretty simple. Not so hard, is it? Number 6, getting into some multiplication. 41 times 7. Just got to multiply. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 4 is 28. And hey, let's say you get tomorrow and you forget how to multiply for some reason. Draw you an area model. This one only has a 7, so we'll do 7. And we'll break apart that 41 into 40 and 1. 7 times 4 is 28. Add your 0. 7 times 1 is 7. 280 plus 7 is 287. You'll get the same thing either way you do it, okay? This is probably quickest, but if you need to, you can do the area model. All right, next one. 1,054 times 5. Standard algorithm. 5 times 4 is 20. Put our 0 down, carry our 2. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 2 is 27. Put our 7 down, carry our 2. 5 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. And 5 times 1 is 5. So the answer is 5,270. What would that look like on an area model? That would be a long, skinny rectangle, wouldn't it? We'd have to have 4 places. And we'd have to do 5 times 1,000. Whoops. Times 5 times a 0. 5 times a 50. 5 times a 4. Okay, 5 times 1,000 would be 5,000. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 50. 5 times 5 is 25. Add your 0. 5 times 4 is 20. And guess what you'd get if you'd add all those together? 5,270, the same thing. So if that helps you on your multiplication tomorrow, do that. No problem. Number 8. A farmer plants 7 rows of sweet corn. There are 2,315 plants in each row. How many did he plant? So he's got 7 rows. Every row has 2,315 plants in it. So we're going to multiply those 7 rows times the number of plants in each row. 7 times 5 is 35. Put our 5 down. Carry our 3. 7 times 1 is 7. Plus 3 is 10. Put our 0 down. Carry our 1. 7 times 3 is 21. Plus 1 is 22. Put our 2 down. Carry our 2. 7 times 2 is 14. Plus 2 is 16. So altogether, this farmer had 16,205 plants. Okay, how you doing? You following along pretty well? We're close to halfway done. Like I said, there's 20 problems. All right, number 9 on your test tomorrow is the thinking problem. It's a multi-step multiplication problem. So you can't solve it in one step, in other words. You got to do a couple things. Brianna has 216 crayons. Ben has 3 times as many as Brianna. That's our first thing right now. If Ben has 3 times as many as her, the first thing we got to do is figure out what's 3 times 216. Because Mike has 54 more than Ben. We don't know how many Ben has until we figure out how many 3 times 216 is. So let's do that first. 3 times 6 is 18. Put our 8 down, carry our 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. So Brianna has 216. Ben has 648. And then Mike has 54 more crayons than Ben. Ben has 648. 54 more would mean we add 54. So let's add. 8 plus 4 is 12. Put our 2 down. Carry our 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. Plus 5 is 10. Put our 0 down. Carry our 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. So Mike, who has 54 more than Ben, would have 702 crayons. Okay. All right. So that's multi-step. You got to figure out how many this guy has first. Tomorrow the numbers are going to be different. It's going to be the same names. You're going to have to figure out how much Ben has first and then add 54 more to it to figure out how many Mike has. All right. Number 10. We're halfway there. Caitlin earns $7 an hour. She works 30 hours a week. How much money will she make in 6 weeks? So this is another multi-step problem. You can't solve it in one step. The first thing we have to figure out how much she makes in 1 week and then multiply that times 6 because it wants to know how much she makes in 6 weeks. So she works $7 an hour. In 1 week, she works 30 hours. So let's multiply those 30 hours times $7. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 3 is 21. So in 1 week, Caitlin makes $210. In 6 weeks, how much would she make? That means we've got to multiply 210 times those 6 weeks. This is how much she makes in 1 week. And it wants to know how much she makes in 6 weeks. So 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 1 is 6. And 6 times 2 is 12. So in 6 weeks, Brianna's rich, huh? She makes $1,260 in 6 weeks. Okay. Would you like that job? Pretty good pay, huh? All right. Now we're going to get away from multiplication on the second half of the test, and we're going to get into division. So this one is 34 divided by 6. Some of these will have remainders and some of them won't. You'll just have to divide and find out. If you're using a calculator, you are not going to get the right answer because you'll get a decimal. So make sure you don't use a calculator. You got to divide these for the test. 34 divided by 6. 6 won't go into 3. It will go into 34 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. Subtract 34 minus 30 is 4. So my answer is 5, remainder 4. And you won't have to worry about it counting it wrong if you write it wrong because it's multiple choice tomorrow. Okay, remember, anytime we do division, you can write daddy, mama, sister, brother to remember the steps. Daddy divide, mama multiply, sister subtract, brother bring down. Okay, so 5, remainder 4 was our answer. Number 12. Heather's photo album has a total of 96 pictures. Each page of the album holds 5 pictures. How many pages can she fill? Okay, so 96 pictures. And she wants to put 5 pictures on every page. That's how many every page will hold. So we'll divide the 96 pictures she has by 5 pictures per page to see how many pages it'll take. So 9 divided by 5, daddy, mama, sister, brother. 9 divided by 5 is 1. Mama multiply. 1 times 5 is 5. Sister subtract. 9 minus 5 is 4. Brother bring down. 46. 46 divided by 5 is 9. 9 times 5 is 45. Sister subtract. All right. So she can fill 19 pages and she'll have 1 picture left on it. So it looks like the answer says how many pages can she fill? If it wants to know how many she can fill, is 1 picture going to fill a page? No. That's just going to be 1 picture on a page that should have 5. So she can fill 19 pages. And she will have 1 picture left, but it didn't ask that, did it? It said how many pages can she fill? So she could fill 19. So notice the answers over here. Okay. Don't put any answer that says with 1 more picture on it because it wants to know how many can she fill. All right, here is the area model for division. Maddie solved a division problem by using the area model below. What division problem did she solve? I don't like this, but what you do is add the boxes together, okay? And notice we have 1 little box here. So I've got 30 plus 11 plus 1. So when we add those together, we get 42. 30 plus 11 is 41. 1 more is 42. So this is showing 42, all of these boxes, divided by 4. So what division problem did he solve? He solved 42 divided by 4. On your problem tomorrow, the numbers are going to be different. Just add the boxes together and don't forget to add that 1 more box down there, okay? And you'll be dividing by 4. So something divided by 4 will be the answer tomorrow. All right, moving on to question 14. Which choice below shows the factors of 12? Obviously, I changed the number. So you've got to be able to tell me the factors of 12. What numbers can you multiply together? Okay, remember factors are numbers you can multiply together to get 12. So you can do 1 times 12, can't you? You can do 2 times 6 to get 12. And you can do 3 times 4. So if you were looking for the factors of 12 in the list, you would need to find a list that has all those numbers in it. There probably would be an order like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So you would need to make sure you found a list that has all those. So of course, tomorrow you're not finding factors of 12. You're finding factors of a different number. Okay? Numbers that you can multiply together to get 12 or whatever else. Whatever the number is tomorrow. All right. Number 15, which statement below is true? So I changed the numbers and we're going to find out which one of these is true. 14 is a prime number. Remember, prime only two factors, one in itself. Composite, it's been a while since we've done this. More than two factors. Okay. So 14 is a prime number. Can I find, is 14 only 1 times 14 to get it? No, I can do 1 times 14. I can do 2 times 7. So that is not a prime number. So it's not A. 16 is a composite number, more than two factors. So I can do 1 and 16, 4 times 4, and I can do 2 times 8. So definitely it has more than two factors. So I'm thinking it's going to be B, but let's check. 7 is a composite number. No, I can only do 1 times 7. That makes it prime. 20 is a prime number. No, I know that's wrong because it's even. I can do 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 4 times 5. So the answer is B on mine. It's not B tomorrow, just so you know. Don't say 15 is B. That's the wrong answer for tomorrow's test. But in this numbers, 16 is a composite number. So just make sure you know on the question tomorrow, prime means it only has two factors, one in itself. Composite means it has more than two factors. All right, 16. We're moving on to the big division problems. 464 divided by 4. I'm going to write it out here and we're going to divide. Okay. Daddy, mama, sister, brother. Don't forget, we worked hard on this the last few weeks. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Mama, multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. Sister, subtract. 4 minus 4 is 0. Brother, bring down. Now we got 6 divided by 4. It'll go 1 time. Mama, multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. Sister, subtract. 6 minus 4 is 2. Brother, bring down. Now we've got 24 divided by 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6. Mama, multiply. 6 times 4 is 24. Sister, subtract. Remember, we don't put remainder 0. So the answer is 116. Another division problem. This one's a little longer. 9,472. Hey, make sure you write them correctly when you're working them out on your paper tomorrow. Don't write the wrong number down. Divided by 5. Daddy, mama, sister, brother, remember. Daddy divide. 9 divided by 5 is 1. Mama, multiply. 1 times 5 is 5. Sister, subtract. 9 minus 5 is 4. Brother, bring down. 44 divided by 5 is 8. Mama, multiply. 8 times 5 is 40. Sister, subtract. 44 minus 40 is 4. Brother, bring down. 47. Daddy, divide. 47 divided by 5 is 9. Mama, multiply. 9 times 5 is 45. Sister, subtract. 47 minus 45 is 2. Brother, bring down. 22. This one goes on forever, doesn't it? 22 divided by 5 is 4. Mama, multiply. 4 times 5 is 20. Sister, subtract. 22 minus 20 is 2. This one has a remainder of 2. So, hey, if you want to pause the video and on these division problems that are longer and try to work it out and then see if you get the same answer as me, and then you can look and see where you missed it, that might be a good way to practice for tomorrow's test. Pause the video and try to work it out and see if you can get it. And you can see what the correct answer is and see if you need to fix it. You were in class, that's what I'll be having you do anyway. 18. 784 cars were parked in a parking garage. The same number of cars were parked on each floor. If there were 4 floors, how many cars are on each floor? Well, it's a division problem. 784 cars divided by the 4 floors. Okay? Daddy, mama, sister, brother. Daddy divide. 7 divided by 4 is 1. Mama, multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. Sister, subtract. 7 minus 4 is 3. Brother, bring down. 8. All right. 38 divided by 4 is 9. 9 times 4 is 36. Sister, subtract. 38 minus 36 is 2. Brother, bring down the 4. 24. 24 divided by 4 is 6. Mama multiply. 6 times 4 is 24. Sister subtract. No remainder. So if there were 4 floors and 784 cars, there would be 196 cars parked on each floor. Again, if you want to practice on your own, then just pause the video and work it out, and then see if you get what I get. Here's a good chance to do that. You want to practice long division, because this next one is 2,368 divided by 2. Want to practice, pause the video right now and work it out, and then see if you get what I get when you're done. Here we go. 2 divided by 2. Remember, daddy, mama, sister, brother, if you forget the steps. Daddy, mama, sister, brother. Daddy divide, mama multiply, sister subtract, brother bring down. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Mama multiply. 1 times 2 is 2. Sister subtract. 2 minus 2 is 0. Brother bring down the 3. Daddy divide. 3 divided by 2 is 1. Mama multiply. 1 times 2 is 2. Sister subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1. Brother bring down the 6. 16 divided by 2 is 8. Mama multiply. 8 times 2 is 16. Sister subtract. Get 0. Brother bring down the 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Mama multiply. 4 times 2 is 8. Sister subtract. No remainder. So the answer is 1,184. Did you get it right? I bet you did. Last problem. Your test has 20 questions, and it's a multiplication problem like we've been working on this week. 36 times 23. Hey, you can solve it any way you want to. You can set it up and do the standard algorithm. I bet a lot of you like the area model because it's so easy. We'll break it apart into 30 and 6 and 20 and 3. Whichever way you want to use on the test tomorrow to solve it is fine with me. Okay, we'll just do the area model right now. 3 times 2 is 6. Add my 2 zeros. 30 times 3 is 90. 6 times 20. 6 times 2 is 12. Add my 0. And 6 times 3 is 18. Then I've got to add all these up. 600 plus 120 plus 90. Plus 18. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 8 is 8. 0 plus 2 is 2. Plus 9 is 11. Plus 1 is 12. Put our 2 down. Carry our 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. 828. Let's just work it this way just for practice, just so we can say we did. 3 times 6 is 18. Put our 8 down. Carry our 1. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Moving to the 10 spot, so I'm putting my magic 0 down. 2 times 6 is 12. Put my 2 down, carry my 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus that 1 is 7. And we add. 8 plus 0 is 8. 0 plus 2 is 2. 1 plus 7 is 8. We get the same answer, so we got it right, 828. And guys, that's the questions that are on your test tomorrow. I just changed the numbers so that you wouldn't know the answers already. You can go back and watch this video again if you want to and try to work the problems with me. I am not going to give you an assignment today because the test is tomorrow and we've practiced. Excuse me, I just wanted to review with you. So hopefully this helps you on your test tomorrow. I know you're going to do a great job as we finish up Module 3. All right, we'll see you later.